Brought to you by Penguin.
Tank, written and read by me, Mark Urban. Preamble. Dreams of Victory. Early on the 8th of June 2023, the Ukrainian columns moved through the darkness down to their assault positions. Their mission was to breach lanes in the formidable Russian defences, the so-called Surovikin line. There were ploughs, turretless tanks that would lift the mines out of the way. Close by, Bradley fighting vehicles would cover them while carrying forward assault infantry. Most impressively, there were Leopard 2s also, 62-ton behemoths more advanced than anything the enemy might put in their way. Months earlier, Ukraine's leader, Volodymyr Zelensky, had deployed his considerable skills of persuasion to obtain this precious armour. It was key, he believed, to breaking the Russian occupation. If his freshly trained NATO-equipped brigades could pierce the Surovikin line, then who knew, some of the optimists around him speculated, maybe they could push south to the Sea of Azov, slicing the enemy army in two. That morning they were trying to do just that. It was a set-piece attack spearheaded by armour in an area called the Orikhiv Axis, southeast of the Ukrainian-held city of Zaporizhia. The key thing now is speed and volume, Zelensky had said in January 2023, when, after months of pressure, Germany had finally agreed to greenlight the Leopards. We must form a tank fist, a fist of freedom, whose blows will not let tyranny stand up again. This objective, obtaining modern tanks, particularly the Leopards, became so important to him that Ukraine accepted British Challenger 2s that it didn't really want as a means of putting pressure on Germany to follow suit. And the United States agreed to send dozens of its own M1 Abrams in a parallel thrust to outmaneuver and shame the Chancellor in Berlin. The precious Leopards, as well as dozens of American-made Bradleys, had been given to a newly formed brigade, the 47th. We were told that either we will go down in history or we will be forgotten, Yaroslav, one of the unit's assault group commanders, told a Ukrainian newspaper. Because we are here, at the tip of the spear, we were to be sent into one of the toughest fights that this war could possibly offer. As the tanks moved down into the minefields, one thing after another went wrong. The Russians started bringing artillery fire down on pre-registered points, the approach routes the Ukrainian columns were using. The blasts immobilized a couple of vehicles. While trying to move past them, another explosion. A Bradley had run over a mine outside the cleared lane, losing a track. Inside, the crews had survived, but one by one, their vehicles were being stopped. Video taken after first light by a Russian drone revealed a mine-plough tank, 4 Bradleys, and a Leopard, all immobilized. Colonel General Alexander Romanchuk, commanding the Russian army in the sector, told a reporter that first his artillery had neutralized the Ukrainian long-range guns. Once daylight showed the attackers' predicament, the crews of anti-tank missile systems, special forces, and combined arms units at the forefront joined in the fire engagement of the enemy, said Romanchuk. In video taken by a Ukrainian Bradley crew sent in to rescue men from the immobilized vehicles, one of the Russian anti-tank missiles strikes the frontal armour. A blast the vehicles survived. The enemy was forced to stop, the Russian general said, and having suffered losses, could not overcome the minefields. Day by day, segments of video emerged, giving a wider context. Not far away, another 4 knocked-out Bradleys were visible. Elsewhere, 2 more mine ploughs and another Leopard apparently damaged. For observers far away collating these accounts, it was becoming clearer and clearer that the 47th Brigade's assault, upon which months of preparation and the very best equipment...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?